Hi, so I'm in Seoul. I'm in the Dongdaemun shopping district, which is just mental. It's so big. That's one shopping centre there. You'll notice it's called the, well, you can't really see the L, but it's called the Lot Fit In, which is definitely what she said. And there's all markets and everything on the street as well. Across the road there is the cultural centre, that big thing there that goes for bloody kilometres. Well, not really, but it looks like something out of the Star Trek. So I've just walked along this big long sort of channel that they've cut right through the middle of Seoul. It's about 5 kilometres long, and they've put this big long sort of waterway through it that you can walk down, which is really weird. It's about 10 metres below ground level and goes right through the guts of Seoul, and until you look up you almost wouldn't know you're in a big city. Earlier today I went to the DMZ on the border between North and South Korea, and there's actually a lot of tourists there, would you believe? Buses of tourists coming and going, and you can go and see all the famous spots like the Bridge of No Return, where they did the prisoner exchanges after the war. You see the blue buildings that the UN run, that you've probably seen on the news if you've ever watched that, when they were talking about North Korea. And yesterday I did a bit of a bus tour and went up to the big tower that's sort of above the city, but it was really hazy. Yesterday it was so hazy that I could stare straight into the sun with no sunglasses on and feel no pain whatsoever right in the middle of the day. It's very, very hazy. And tomorrow I'm hoping to go to one of the palaces to have a look at the old Imperial Palace. But just give you an idea of this shopping district. So you saw the big one behind me. That's another huge one there. And then that's another huge one there. That's shopping centre as well. And it just, honestly, it just goes on and on like that. Unbelievable. Hey, I'm at the Gyeongbukgong Royal Palace in Seoul. This is a lot of restored buildings, mainly built originally around sort of 1400, 1500. They gave me an audio guide thing that basically just tells me how many times everything has been burnt down by the Japanese. Pretty much every building was like, oh, this was the royal residence of the king until it was burnt down by the Japanese. And this was the royal residence of the queen until it was burnt down by the Japanese. Everything's been restored about 3 times. Basically every time the Japs turn up, they burn everything down and the Koreans rebuild it 20 years later. I went to a night market last night as well. I turned up at 9 o'clock and it was dead. Some people were setting up their stands. And it turns out that when they say night market, they're not screwing around. They say that it gets going at about 1 a.m. This city is amazing. This morning when I came to the palace at about 8:30, the streets were just empty. It's obviously just not a morning city. It's more of a night city. I could get used to this place.